flight of a plane was in 2 stages. The table shows information about the flight. So we've got the first stage, distance and a speed, and the time taken, which is just the distance divided by the speed. So in this case, 731 over x. And we've got second stage, again with a different distance and speed, and a time of 287 over x minus 24. We're told that in total, the flight lasted 2 hours. We need to work out the values of x. Now, what makes this question a bit tricky is that there's a lot of information given to us here, but actually, once we've worked out what we need to use, the maths itself isn't that bad. So let's break it down. We're told that the flight lasted 2 hours, and we're given the time in hours of both stages. So if we just add them together, they are going to equal 2. So we've got that 731 over x plus 287 over x minus 24 equals 2. Always good to check units at this point. So both the times in the table and the time in the statement given in hours, so we can just set them equal to each other there. We've now got fractions with x's on the bottom. Is usually a pain, so we're going to multiply one at a time those denominators up to get rid of the fractions. So multiplying through by x minus 24, we get to 731 times x minus 24 over x, plus just the 287 by itself is equal to 2 lots of x minus 24. And we're then going to multiply it through by x to sort out that first fraction. So now we've got 731 times x minus 24 plus 287x equals 2x times x minus 24. If you're feeling confident, you can do both of those with cross multiplication in one go. That is fine. We're now going to expand this equation. So multiplying the 731 by its bracket on the left-hand side and the 2x by the x minus 24 on the right-hand side, we get that 731x minus 17,544 plus 287x equals 2x squared minus 48x. So we're heading towards a quadratic. Here we've got our number, we've got some multiples of x, and we've got a multiple of x squared. So let's bring all this together on one side. That's usually the best way to solve a quadratic. So we've got our positive 2x squared on the right, along with a minus 48x. So if we take the 731x and the 287x away from both sides, and add the 17,544 to both sides, we get that 2x squared minus 1066x plus 17,544 equals 0. Now all these terms are even, so I like to just divide by 2 here just to make the numbers a bit smaller, a bit easier to deal with. So we end up with x squared minus 533x plus 8,772 equals 0. We don't have to do that step, but it might make things a bit simpler. Having said that, if we were looking to try and factorise this, we need a couple of numbers that will multiply to make 8,772. So it's not going to be the easiest method, even if it is possible. So I'm going to use the quadratic formula. So we know that x is equal to the negative of our b coefficient before the x, so 533, plus or minus the square root of the square of negative 533 minus 4 times a, which is the 1, times by our c, which is 8,772. That's all over our 2a, so 2 times 1. Simplifying inside the square root, and on the bottom of the fraction, we get that 533 plus or minus the square root of 249,001, all over 2, which is 533 plus or minus 499, all over 2. We can now use our calculator to solve this. So if we subtract the 499, we get 17. If we add it, we get 516. So we've got 2 values of x so far. And we need to make sure that these make sense. So looking back to the table, the speed in the second stage is x minus 24, and the time is 287, a positive number, over x minus 24. Hence, this x minus 24 must be positive. It must be larger than 0. But if x was 17, this would make that smaller than 0, hence that can't be an answer. So we're just left with the one answer, x is equal to 516. There we go. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the Doing Maths channel or check out some more of my videos by clicking on the links here.